Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today we have a very easy job. We're just going to be doing some basic maintenance on a 2010. It's a Mercury Mariner with a 2.5 liter engine. We're basically just going to be changing the oil, the filter, resetting the oil maintenance reminder light, and changing the air filter. So this whole job should take you no more than a half an hour. So let me bring you up there. I'm going to show you what kind of tools you're going to need, and then we're going to get started on it. We'll get this job wrapped up. Mainly you're just going to need some basic hand tools, a ratchet, a tool to remove the oil filter, a couple of rags, and a bucket to drain your oil into. So, all right, let's get up there. I'll show you what you need, and let's get started. Okay, there's an example of what kind of tools you're going to need to remove the oil filter. You can use a conventional band wrench like this that just goes around the filter like this, and you can remove the filter from the vehicle. Or you can use one like this. It's a cap. It goes over the top like this, and then you would put your ratchet up in the top like this, and that's how you would remove it from the car. Depending on which one you want to use, it doesn't really matter. They both work really well. You may need an extension if you're going to be using this one here just to get up depending on its location. Obviously you're going to need a set of ratchets, a rag, and a suitable container to drain the oil into. So, all right, enough talking. Let's lift it up and let's get started. Okay, now obviously this is the bottom of the vehicle. This is our oil drain plug right here, and our oil filter is right up in this location here. So we're going to pop this plug out first. We're going to drain it into a suitable container, and once it stops draining, then we'll do that filter. Now remember, it's counterclockwise to remove it, clockwise to install it. One thing you never want to do is you never want to use an open-end wrench on that nut right there, because you're going to strip it out. You always want to use a socket like this. Okay, now we're going to let that oil drain out. Once it finishes draining out, then we'll come back and we'll put the plug in. Now, at this time is when you want to look at the O-ring on your drain plug to make sure it's in good condition. This one is actually, it's a rubber ring, so this one is in very good condition. We're not going to do anything with it. It's going to be fine. So we're going to let this oil drain out. Once it finishes draining, we'll come right back. Okay, and once it finishes draining out, you just screw your plug back in by hand. You don't want to tighten it up too tight because you're screwing into an aluminum pan. So you want to just screw it in by hand as far as you can, and then you're just going to snug the bolt up just till it's a little tight. We're going to wipe off any excess oil underneath there, and now we're going to remove that filter right there. I'll bring you up so you can see a little closer. That's the filter right there. Now remember, I said you can either use this one to put it on like that, or you can get in here with a band wrench like this to take it off. I like this one, so that's the one I'm going to use. Once you got it loose, then you just let the filter drain out into a bucket, of course. We'll let it drain. In the meantime, we're going to make sure we take all the plastic off of the new filter. We'll let it drain out. Now that's why you always see me wearing gloves all the time, because when that's draining out, it makes a mess of your hands. And now we'll just take this off. Be careful, because you're going to get to a point where it's just going to drop. So you want to make sure you have your bucket below it to catch it. Just like that. Now, I just want to point this out to you also. When you take your filter out, make sure, you see this rubber ring on here? See that rubber O-ring right there? Make sure that that O-ring is not stuck up on the engine up there. Sometimes this O-ring comes off and it sticks up there. If that's the case, then you would just put your hand up there, take the filter O-ring off, and throw it away. All right, now, you take your new filter, and let me just clean my hands off first. All right, you take your new filter, put a little bead of oil around the filter O-ring right here, which I already did clean oil, I might add, and then you screw it on as tight as you can by hand. This filter does not need to be tightened up with a wrench. Wipe off any excess oil underneath here like this, and that's it. We're done underneath the bottom. Make sure everything is dry, and then we'll lower it down, and we're going to continue up top. Okay, now once you got the vehicle back on the ground, there's a couple things you need to do. Take your cap and look at your cap to see what weight oil it calls for. Normally on the cap itself, it'll tell you what kind of oil. You can see right here it says 5W20. That's the oil that we're going to use in it. Always make sure you use what's recommended by the dealer. Don't use anything but. All right? Now, I did look it up on the computer to see what capacity this has. This holds 5.3 liters of oil. Always make sure that it says the 520, and that's what we're going to put in. We're going to put in 5 1/3 quarts, and then we're going to check it to see that it's full. Okay. Okay, then once you've got the oil in, we're going to take our funnel out. You're going to make sure you put your cap back on, and then we're going to start the vehicle up, and we're going to let it run for a couple of seconds just to get the oil to circulate. Okay, now we're going to let it sit for just a minute, and we're going to pull our dipstick out. We're going to wipe your stick down, and we're going to make sure that it's in the normal range. And the normal range on this particular vehicle is between those hash marks right there. All right, so let's check it, and we'll see. Make sure it's full. And as you can see, it's right up to where it belongs. All right, now next thing you want to do before you do anything is look underneath the vehicle, make sure it's nice and dry, and now we're going to go inside and reset the oil maintenance reminder light. Okay, now after you've done the oil change, you come in here, you turn your key to the on position, and you come down to the side right over here, and you see where it says setup? You press setup, and you continually press and release until it comes up oil life on the dashboard. So that's what we're going to do. We got to close the door, of course. Oil life, well, it says 95%. And then what you would do is just press the reset button, which would be right down here. And you press and hold the reset button. And it resets to 100%. All right, fairly easy. That's very important that you do that whenever you do your oil changes. All right, so we're going to clear everything out, and that's it. We're all set. Again, you come down over to this side over here where it says setup. I think we can do it with the door open. Let's press setup, and we're going to continue to press and release. Press and release. Yep. Door's got to be closed. Okay, press and release, comes to the oil life index, and then you would press the button here that says reset, and you press it and hold it and it resets to 100%. All right, that's it. You're all set. Okay, so that's the oil change is all finished now. The oil maintenance light is reset. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go underneath the hood here. We're going to change the air filter, and we'll get this job wrapped up and out the door. Okay, this is going to be one of the few jobs you see me doing without gloves. All right, the air filter, you just click it up like this and like this, and you'll see the box pushes open. You just push this out this way, grab the filter, and you pull it out, and you can see there's a bunch of crap inside there. So we're going to get the new filter, and we'll replace that with the new one. So let me grab the new one, and then we'll wrap this job up. Okay, now before you put your new filter back in, match it up. Make sure it looks exactly the same so you don't have any problems. It fits exactly the same. And then what you would do is just take this, pull this out just a little bit, slide the filter into its location where it belongs, down in here. Make sure it goes in all the way. And then just pull your filter box over. Slide it down. And lock it in place. All right, that's it. You're all set. Just make sure your tabs right here are in where they belong, here, and you're good to go. All right, that's it. You're all set. All right, oil is done, filter is done, oil is cleaned off on the bottom. We wiped everything off. Don't go nowhere. Sorry about that. That was somebody wanted to give me about $500,000. You know, very nice of them, but I said thank you, but no thank you. I'm being sarcastic, actually. We could telemarketers all day long. All right, so now your oil is in, your filter's on, your cap is on, your oil maintenance light is reset, your air filter is done. That's it. You're out the door. All right, thanks for watching. Any questions or comments, you want to talk to me about anything, you send me an email. I'll be more than happy to talk to anybody about anything. As always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.